This is the equation that helps me create two six-figure businesses at the same time while working a 9 to 5. See, most coaches who are using social media to market their offers lack the confidence and the faith in their client attraction system. What is a client attraction system? Listen, it's simply the process in which clients find you without your continuous effort. This can be through your current clients if you are a referral-based business, or using the algorithm with social media marketing or paid advertising. There's so many different client attraction systems. It all depends on your preference, right? Because we got into entrepreneurship to live the way we want to live and move the way we want to move, and also your business type. Okay. The client attraction system, usually what I see from clients when they find me and from folks and other coaches out in the interwebs, is they're doing this post and pray method. You ever heard of that, where you're just posting and praying and hoping somebody sees it? That's when you're using the algorithm not to your benefit, right? You're not really affecting it. You're not really making sure your posts and your social media content is getting in front of the right audience. So you're just praying and hoping that it does. Or you're only posting value, right? I know it sounds like, well, I gotta build an authority. I just started. Maybe you just started and you feel like value-driven content is going to give you the authority you need in order to bring in clients. And I'm here to tell you it is not. Yes, value is important, but it's only one of four pieces of content that you should be posting. So if you're only posting value, you're missing so many other types of content that converts. Not speaking to your audience in a way that makes them feel seen, right? I see this a lot where you're just like throwing up motivational quotes. No, sis. Okay. Make sure you're speaking to your audience. You could do this through story, making them feel seen and heard through your own story or another client's story makes them believe, your potential client is going to believe that you have the solution to the problem that they're facing right now. Now, this next one is a big one. It's a big one. Not following up out of fear or not even knowing what to say. Not following up, you are leaving money on the table. Like my boy Jim Rohn said, the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? Now, let me tell you the significance of this, the solution that I have for you today. This is, like I said, I'm going to share with you the equation that helps me create two six-figure businesses at the same time while working a 9 to 5, okay? Now, the reason why I'm teaching you this is because I don't want you to experience that unpredictable income. It leaves you feeling really unsafe. I've been there. Been insecure in when my next client is going to come, when my revenue is going to increase, what's going to happen with my finances. You feel really unsafe, and that's not good for our nervous system, right? And once our nervous system's all wonky in business, you're starting to make decisions that aren't in alignment with where you're trying to be. Now, stick with me. I'm gonna keep moving on because that was a big one. That's a whole nother video, okay? If your cash flow is inconsistent, you're going to feel unsafe, right? Not being able to purchase what you need to purchase in your business confidently, okay? Or if you do invest, now this one I see a lot. Once people come to me and they, usually I'm not their first stop, okay? They've been through multiple coaches, multiple courses. They've got all these different strategies. And funny thing is, that's what I did. I am a huge learner. I loved soaking up so much knowledge and seeing what strategies are out there. But honestly, I had the funds to do so. I invested over $200,000 into my business, into my business education over the past 5 years, at the time of this recording. But if you don't have that, it's going to create, the insecurity around even just getting education in your business, right? I want you to feel confident every time you step into a new program, because you are making the investment knowing it's going to come back to you over and over again, because you have an automated client attraction system. Okay. Trying out new things is fun. It's cool, but the path to growth in your business needs to be boring. Okay. Doing the same thing over and over again so that it pops. And now I'm not saying spend a year on something that's just not working. That's not what I'm saying. But give it some time. Make sure you've invested all that you can to see it through. Okay. Now, the solution that I have for you, the reason why I'm so confident and I'm sharing this with you with all the energy I can muster up, okay, is because this is going to create, this formula I'm going to share with you in just a second, is going to create a custom tailored marketing and sales system that you can run on autopilot, okay? So it's called the Grow Formula, and it has 4 steps. The first, if I have my note takers out there, this is the time when you want to pull out your notebook and get the taking notes, okay? So I'm going to walk through the Grow Formula, the 4-step system that I used to create 2 6-figure businesses at the same time while working a 9 to 5. So the first step is simply identify your next client. Okay, who is this next client? You ever heard of, what's your goal? Someone asks, what's your goal? And you're, I don't know. But how are you to get to that goal if you don't know where you're going, right? Like, how are you going to arrive if you don't know where you're going? Same thing with identifying your next client. How are you going to know, even when they do arrive, that's it, that's her, right? So get really, really clear on who you want to work with. There's a activity that I use with my clients called identifying your client muse. Your client muse could be a past client, or your past self. Maybe a few years back I'll use a fitness coach as an example. Fitness coaches usually have like a story, their own story as to why they got into fitness coaching, right? Like, when I created Catch Flights in Fitness, my online fitness coaching program, I created it with me, a past version of myself in mind. It was me, I'd say like 2 to 5 years prior to me creating Catch Flights in Fitness. I was traveling a lot for work. And it's kind of like work out and pray. Like, I had no problem working out, but I didn't have like a workout plan that fit my goal and that matched my nutrition plan as well, right? Usually people aren't even eating enough or they're eating too much, but it didn't match basically. And so I created a program that was for travelers that not only provided a workout plan and nutrition plan, but one that was like fused together to help them reach their desired goal, which was to lose inches off their waist every week, which was also my goal at the time. And then also something that I learned, because you want to add in what is the part that's going to speed up the process for them. Now I'm kind of doing a little mini offer training, so y'all bear with me here, but it gets to the point. I want to share with you everything in these videos. But I also learned that a workout plan and a meal plan wasn't everything. That if I didn't have my mind right, nothing else mattered. So what I did was also emphasize the emotional body and created an emotional weight loss plan for my clients as well. Okay. Next up, after you have identified who your next client is, you're like really clear on who they are, where they're coming from, where they live. I'm talking about where they live on social media, where they hang out, right? Then I want you to build a cookie. Build your client attraction cookie. And I'm going to stick with the fitness coach analogy, but it works with all coaches. Think about, I call it the carrot the cookie and the carrot analogy. So when you are attracting your clients, you want to dangle the cookie in front of them. You, as a coach, we want, like, I'm a coach, right, through and through. We want to give our clients the solution. We want to give them exactly what they need in order to reach their goals. But most of the time, exactly what they need is not what they want, right? It's not the thing that's going to make them push the button, pay for your services. But the cookie will, right? They want that cookie. They will pay for that cookie. They might not pay for the carrot, right? So dangle the cookie in front of them so that you can give them the carrot inside of the coaching program. Give them what they need. And I talked to a lot of fitness coaches because that was the industry I started off in. And this is usually a rough, the rough part of them, they have a hard time attaching themselves to this because it usually means that they have to go surface level with their marketing. But you're going too deep. You're trying to give them the carrot, and I need you to just give them the cookie. Give them what they want, what they go to sleep at night thinking about, what they desire strongly. Okay? Next, I want you to, we're going to move on to number 3. So the third step is automate your client attraction system. One of my pet peeves in this industry is when business coaches will teach you how to launch and not how to keep that launch energy going, right? So you bring in clients. Let's say you get a couple clients in your launch. Yeah, go sis. But then now you're coaching your clients, and God forbid you're also in a 9-to-5. So now you're coaching your clients and you're supposed to keep up nurturing. You're supposed to keep up attracting. You're supposed to keep up getting on those sales calls, all this stuff, while also coaching your clients and being the best coach that you can be, right? You want to pour into them. So what happens? You're pouring into your coaching clients and the marketing and sales falls off. So what you need to do immediately after your launch is work on your automation. Get your client attraction system at the very least on autopilot. And you can do this simply by taking that cookie you just created. So the cookie could be a training. Something like this is a great cookie that talks about what you do to help your clients. You could also use a community as a cookie. Bring them in. That's one of my favorite cookies for online coaches. It could be a webinar. There's so many different ones, and I'll be sure to show you different ones as we move forward in this experience together. Challenges are great ones. You could do a paid challenge, so then you make money off of your cookie. But then you want to automate it, okay? And you automate it by putting that bad boy behind a firewall, okay? And getting creating an opt-in page for your cookie. And then once you have the opt-in page, you get their email, their phone number, what have you, so that you can follow up. Remember I told you fortune's in the follow up, right? By our boy Jim Rohn. Yes. So automating your client attraction system could then look like, let's say, so we have the firewall, the opt-in page where they're giving us the information so that we can follow up with them later. But how are they finding the cookie, right? I love paid advertising. There's a way that you can do it for just $5 a day. So you can automate the process in which people find you. And then, but there's also teams. You could do it with software. There's many different ways to automate your client attraction system, but you want to look at how are your clients finding you. Look at what they're doing to find you and see which pieces can be automated without your energy. Just to start picking it apart. We don't have to have everything done in a day, even though, I personally love to move fast, but I want you to look at it piece by piece and start to work on it, even if you have to do one little piece a month. Okay, just get started. Last step is automate your sales system. So, okay, Now we've identified our next client. We've built the client attraction system, which means you built the client attraction cookie, which means they're now flowing into your energy. And then you automated it, so now they're like moving fast into your energy. And what happens there is, especially if you're doing sales calls or even if you're selling in the DM, it's a lot of communication at once, right? It's a lot of time and energy. So you want to automate your sales system. The way that I teach this is through a group sales format. I'm going to drop, drop the ball here, or not drop the ball. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'll try and make a cute analogy, it ain't work. But a group sales system can simply be a webinar or a challenge, but it's a way that you can get all your people together and make a pitch that leads them into a lightweight offer. I call it a gateway offer. So this isn't something that you wouldn't automate your sales system right into your highest ticket program, your $10,000 code. No, you're going to automate it through a, gateway offer, so that you're selling them to the next point, the next stage inside of the first stage. So just to put it in terms that you hear out in the, interwebs and the internet streets, is a gateway offer can be a course. It can be a paid challenge, like a longer challenge, like a 28-day challenge. Most fitness coaches do this. They do paid 21-day challenges that showcase their methodology, their coaching style, all of that. Could be a boot camp, an accelerator, something I would say between the price, somewhere between $500 and $2,500. That's a great gateway offer. Okay. You can even do it as like a membership could be a gateway offer it brings in recurring revenue. All right. But the idea is to automate your sales system. This growth for, so that's the growth formula. Identify your next client, build your client attraction cookie, automate your client attraction system, and then automate your sales system. Once you have all of this created, oh my gosh, first off, congratulations. You're so dope. You're going to know exactly who you're talking to when you're even working in your organic marketing system and sales system, when you're just like out there sending emails from the heart. That's what I call them. Y'all probably don't notice when I send out an email, it's like she wrote that this morning, right, and sent that right away. Not everything that I do is automated, because sometimes I feel inspired. But you'll know exactly who you're talking to even when you're feeling that inspired. And the inspiration, the downloads will just come to you on rapid fire. I have a long list of things because I didn't sit still long enough to write that email or write that post or write that caption. But I have it so that I can then share it with my team. Community, once you have this formula set up, you're going to have a community, a full community of ideal clients, so that when your next launch happens, you know exactly where to go to find your next client. Okay. You're going to have ideal clients flocking to you, folks ready to work with you because they feel seen and heard, because you got really clear on who they were and then attracted them by giving them what they want, right? And this is important to do all this to make sure it's on autopilot, because we want to live. This channel is called Always a VIP. And I named it that because I want you to remember you are always entitled to VIP. You are a VIP, and you need to act like that, right? But it's very hard to act like that when we don't have all the systems in place that we need. Okay. Lastly, this solution, this formula is going to allow you to host group sales calls, which is where the magic is, so that you can save time and energy and really focus on the thing that you love, which is coaching. right? Bringing your clients through the transformation and not spending all day in marketing and sales. Okay. So again, the growth formula is what I use to create 2 6-figure businesses at the same time while working a 9 to 5. And listen, I cannot wait to see what you create.